this afternoon because we have two very prolific resource speakers. Malamang nakikita nyo sila sa loob ng campus kasi sila ay dalawa sa ating magigiting na faculty members dito. Okay? To introduce our first resource speaker today, I would like to call on Ms. Rio Ramos-Mazo, the Director of the Salle Community Development Center.
Magandang hapon po. Gutom na ba kayo? Ako din. Good afternoon. Katulad po na nasabi ng kasama ko, we are very privileged to have found two persons who are very much knowledgeable about the main concern of our forum. In fact, I am very much proud that they are members of our academic community. Indeed, our university is filled with academically competent and socially aware individuals who can contribute to our continuous search for knowledge and informed actions toward addressing societal concerns. I consider our first resource speaker, who will present about the psychosocial underpinnings and possible implications of the reproductive health bill, to really be an expert on his presentation. Not that he is practicing it, but his professional background as a sociologist made him come up with the socially and technically founded insights and stand about reproductive health. His exposure as a community development practitioner and a researcher in the behavioral sciences had provided him with a vivid picture of population, health, and social conditions of our country. Thus, his presentation for today, including his personal opinion or stand about the issue, would really be well thought of and very much founded. I believe he is well loved by his students not because he gives good grades, but because he has that sense of youth which makes him an approachable and dependable teacher. His openness to different perspectives and opinions also makes him a likable person. Finally, his seemingly unaffected and joyful attitude endears him more to his students, co-workers, and friends. Our second resource person, who will discuss about the moral aspects related to reproductive health, is also an authority on this area. In fact, he was the organizing committee's first choice and the only choice for that matter to speak about morality in relation to the bill. The chair of their department finds him as a person who could give the best analysis about the issue at hand, which eventually his objective presentation will lead us to an informed choice. Behind this seemingly mysterious and masungit image, as most of us na hindi siya personally kilala, he is a person of character and easy to get along with. In fact, in relation to morality, credibility as a person, he is, sabihin natin, hindi siya tainted. Wala po tayong maitatapon sa kanya, as also expressed by people close to him. He's very friendly and very much approachable. He seldom speaks, but when he speaks with much idealism, expertise, and conviction. This will make you listen. Friends, I have the honor to present to you our resource persons, Mr. Ricardo Flores, Behavioral Sciences Department, and Mr. Dave Anthony Cruz from the Religious Education Department. We welcome them both here on stage. Thank you.
Okay, to start off, doon po tayo sa una nating speaker, Mr. Ricardo Flores.
Let me remind you that this particular presentation was actually presented at the HSI, and for one, it was not well received primarily because because of the 7 speakers that actually presented on this issue, 2 were actually for the reproductive health bill, and that includes me, and the other one was Dr. Yu, if my memory serves me right. But the rest were actually against the reproductive health bill. So I take it with cognizance at the moment that I don't know if this going to be, is this the audience who will probably receive it with appreciation or what. But at any rate, I went through the whole facet with this. For one, I have been with the sexuality and reproductive health issue for quite a long time. I've worked with International Planned Parenthood Federation, which is one of the most notoriously identified organization working for reproductive health sa buong mundo halos. So I'm gonna bring my own experience and also my own encounter at the field. Alright? The title of the presentation is Navigating the Psychosocial, Gender, Overpopulation, Poverty, and of course, the Reproductive Health field. Okay. First up, okay, the psychosocial in microcosm. The title of my presentation is psychosocial, so we might as well get into the heart of what psychosocial means. When we talk about the psychosocial, the two operative terms are the psycho and the social. When you talk about the in your psychology class, you are basically taught of that in the parameters of psychology, we basically work on the cognitive, meaning the mental, and then the affective, meaning the things that you feel, and then behavior. So these three major triangles of psychological facet. Social, on the other hand, is very easy to understand because it means your relationship with other people. So I'm gonna deal basically on just two areas in relation to overpopulation, gender, and of course the reproductive health field. I've discussed it quite extensively in my class. Some of my class are actually here, right? Please raise your hand. You all have to ask questions. Anyway, the psychosocial in microcosm. In microcosm, because I wanted, my idea of bringing it into a microcosm is for us to understand, hopefully, in a more subjective way, or in a more personal way, the issue. Okay, next slide, please. Andy, not his real name, is 11 years old. You will find Andy if you go out of LaSalle, just gate 1. You can meet up with him. He's mostly there begging for your money so that he can eat, etc. I actually connected with Andy in relation to the reproductive health group because I wanted to have a personal and a subjective touch on the issue. So I spoke with Andy. He comes from a 6-sibling kind of family. I actually spoke with his own mother. His father has no stable job. Mother takes care of the family and doubles as the labandera. Everybody understands what the labandera is for the community. And the family lives as usual in the mostly and commonly places where our people live in a barong-barong. Next slide, please. If you speak, I actually spoke to the mother of Andy, no? And I speak with Andy quite often, almost every day. When it comes in, kasama ko sa mga naihingan niya for breakfast. And quite often, I would give in to the petitions for breakfast. Kasi alam naman ako kumakain dito, siya hindi kumakain. He would be staring at me like, you have a responsibility towards me. Anyway, this one family just in front of the class goes through so much psychosocial ordeals on a day-to-day basis, which includes hunger. In other words, because there are 6 in the family, they will have to live and fight out on a single day, 6 of the siblings, just so they can have a decent meal. Decent meals means yung pinopromote ni Sharon Cuneta, Lucky Me. Ironically, it's the Lucky Me that seems to be the favorite food among them, no? I actually also spoke with the kapitbahay, but that's another story. Alright, they beg for food. The 6 children actually beg for food, and quite often, pag may naghahabulan sa labas, quite often isa doon sa mga kapatid ni Andy. What else? They don't go to school. The 6 kids don't go to school. The mother is frightened of another pregnancy. Why frightened? Because she doesn't have any means actually to control the possible pregnancy. Basically, she's frightened with the institutions like yung mga clinic natin, because quite often ang experience sa mga clinic natin, pinagagalitan lang siya. So There you go. Mother thinks of having the baby adopted. If ever I was told that she's going to have a baby again, the seventh one, she will have the baby adopted. Sino sa inyo adopted dito? Magtaas ng kamay. Meron? I'm sure you don't want to be adopted, no? So, naiintindihan ninyo kung gaano yung ordeal sa kanyang ina at yung sa batang ipapa-adopt. Alright, the kids and relatives are of no help. If you look at it, because Andy actually came from Manila, they're one of those families that were relocated here in this area. And so, if you talk about kumustahin naman natin yung relatives niyo, ang kids are equally poor and they could not help the family either. The community is also equally materially poor. You're talking about Area C. Some of my students, community development students, actually go down there to do community development work, and they do understand what poverty means in this area, just in front of the Salle. So in context, I just want to put it in microcosm, and this family is just one of the many families all over the Philippines that we actually face. And now, I'm gonna enlarge it even bigger at ipapakita ko sa inyo din, hopefully, yung ano ba yung mga statistics in a larger, yung mas malaking statistics aside and apart from Andy's family. Okay. Slide number 2. Here's one big psychosocial ordeal. 10 women die every 24 hours from almost preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth. I did not concoct this. This is from the POPCOM, the Population Commission. The date is 2000. Take note that this is only in 2000. I'll be bringing in more horrible statistics on this. But at any rate, look at this. 10 women every 24 hours die from almost preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth. So you're talking about a number of women dying from preventable diseases related to pregnancy. And when I was reflecting at it, in all the statistics that you will find, and I always tell this to my class, the most impact of no plan of the government in terms of family planning is actually the most vulnerable members of the society. And these are the women and the children. And this is one statistics to tell us, glaring on us, how women are affected with no planning from the government. Next. 162 maternal deaths for every 100,000 live births. Again, you're talking about deaths here. Sino sa inyo ang namatayan na? I just lost 3 years ago my father. I also lost a niece from dengue. And today, especially the death of my niece, today I'm still affected with that. So I'm sure if you have gone through the death of a family member, the psychological ordeal is really harrowing. Alright, so but we have 162 maternal deaths for every 100,000 live births. In fact, in the recent reflection of the Millennium Development Goal, one of the major, or two of the major issues na hindi daw natin magagawa as in fulfilling the Millennium Development Goal is actually to address this particular issue, the death of our women in relation to pregnancy and giving birth. The other one is, of course, education. 6 out of 10 women still deliver at home. Take note, 6 out of 10 are still delivering babies at home. You know how risky will that be kung manganganak yung mga babae natin sa bahay. And we know what is the reason why they can't go to the hospital. It's very expensive, and there are basically very little programs, especially if you are in the outskirts of our society, where they really have access to a skilled birth attendant or to quality obstetric services in case complication arises. 6 out of 10. Kaya imagine mo yung dami na namamatay ng mga babae sa panganganak. Kasi 6 sa 10 nito nanganganak lamang sa bahay nila. And this statistics comes from both the Macro 204 and the 2003 National Demographic and Health Survey. Next slide, please. For every 1,000 live births, 1,000, 24 children die before they reach the age of 1. Imagine, every 1,000 before you reach your first year, somebody dies in that 1,000. And 32